County, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the whine.
Well, let me give you the Google answer. If you were to go Google what is electricity, it's going to say charged particles going down a path. But let me tell you the real answer. Nobody knows. They don't know. Now, we've came up with these laws that can help us to harness it, to make it, to use it. But when it comes down to it, it's just something that no one can really grasp. But it's charged particles going down a path. That's what it is. And if it's DC, it's going one direction. If it's AC, it's alternating the whole time. But it's something that we use every single day, and none of us really grasp what it is. We flip a switch and expect the lights to come on. If they don't, then we get mad. And, you know, electricity is one of those things you asked a minute ago, what's dangerous. The one thing dangerous about electricity is you don't know if it's there or not. I can pull 5 wires out here right now. I can have 3 of them energized and 2 of them not, and you don't know which ones are energized or not, and I don't either until they're tested. But that's what makes it a little bit of a dangerous thing there. But as far as electricity goes, one thing too that people don't understand, you and I come in here and we turn a switch on. We expect the lights to come on. We expect, well, the power company has that power there. On the generation and transmission side of it, and this is getting into your wind turbines and solar panels and stuff that have become so popular but are really horrible electricity at the moment. And on that side of it, the demand for your electricity, and then the generation side of it, creating that electricity, on that side of it, it has to be very controlled and very even. And that's why when you see the wind and solar go away, man, then they got to get coal and whatever else going to keep that power. If it fluctuates very much, then things burn down. Very bad things happen. And that's why you see, like in Texas a couple years ago with the ice storm and stuff, and they had to just literally shut stuff down so it wouldn't burn down. If they wouldn't have shut it down, they would have been months without electricity. But on that side of it, that's one part about electricity that you and I don't see and don't understand, is that on that side of it, it has to be very even the whole time. And when they come up with the batteries power to store that electricity from solar and panel, from solar and wind, that's when that stuff will actually be pretty good. But we're just not there yet on that side of it. Makes it a dangerous job if you don't go by the rules, if you don't pay attention to what you're doing, if you don't teach the ones younger than you to do the same. That's what makes it dangerous. You know, we've got guys working for us who have been here 6 months, a year, maybe less. And those guys are to be down there watching your back, even at that young of an age there. And if you don't teach them right, then that's when it gets dangerous.
So unlike Clayton deals with the high voltage, which a lot of times, you know, we know it's there. We know the alternating current's there. We know what to expect, to where I'm on the other end, which it's more dangerous, especially with the 3-phase, because you don't know what's behind that meter can. You can't tell if there's, when you open that lid, there's no telling. And there's no place for it to go because you're literally standing right in front of it. So if it blows, you're gonna get it. So I like that aspect of it. You know, I'm not a lineman. I'm a meter technician, but I've done so many aspects of the job, and when I was coming up, I tried to learn to everybody's job that they had. That way I knew if Clayton didn't do something right, I knew it wasn't right. I could help him because, like you said, I am my brother's keeper, so we watch each other's back really hard. My typical day is I come in and Jeremy Neal, who's my supervisor, he takes care of the inside of our metering. Now, there's lots of monitoring and looking at. We can we can tell a lot of stuff about what's going on with our system, with our new AMRs. And both of we used to use a turtle. Now we're using an RF, which for simple sake, it's just a different way of getting our reads back to the office without having to go and get it. So I really like the way that I get to have my own truck. When I was little, I always wanted to have my own truck and do my own thing, and I get to do that here. We are very innovative here. For a co-op, we are way ahead. We don't have meter readers anymore. You know, I'm a technician. I'm a troubleshooter, like Clayton says. You know, I like trouble calls. I like to try to figure it out, you know, and I like to, you know, tell somebody, hey, I can tell you why your bill's high, because it just, you know, they want answers. They want somebody to listen when the bill's high. Some people don't understand it, but yeah, it's really cool that we have that, because in town, sometimes they don't read your meter. They can go 3 months without reading it and then come reading it. Well, if they didn't estimate it right, you got a big bill all of a sudden and nobody's happy. But we get ours. Our RF system is giving us a read every 15 minutes, to where our turtle system was every 24 hours. So the more we're evolving into this, the better we can see. And it's just, you know, it's really, we have what we call remote disconnects now. And that has cut down on our time with having to go out and actually knock on doors and, you know, do that kind of stuff, because nobody likes to do that. You know, and we found that, you know, we put those automatic disconnects on, we quit having a lot less unpaid bills, because they're like, well, they're not messing around. They'll just turn it off. You know, we don't like turning anybody off, but we also don't like going out there and having to deal with that. We've got enough stuff on our plate.
Basically, like the breakers in your panel at your house when you have a breaker trip, these breakers will trip when there's a fault and cause them to open. All this wiring allows us to see at the office what's going on at the station, and they're real smartly programmed to be able to do that. We're bypassing this substation so that we can work on some parts on the station that are feeding the station. So in order to do that, we have to carry the load of this substation with other substations. And it takes a little bit of coordination, because this is one of our heavy loaded substations, especially in the wintertime. And if you pick it all up with one substation and that substation can't carry it or doesn't have the right capacity down that channel, then we're spreading it out over a couple of different substations.
In a city, you're working through a utility, which that is privately owned. A cooperative is owned by its members. So if you have electricity, you're part of the co-op. You are part of the membership. You own the co-op, which makes it very good, because then we're working for you, and it is. You still have to make money, of course, but in the end, you know how it's a nonprofit and it all evens out and it goes back to the customer. But I love it, because the customers have a say in it. There's a meeting every year. They're all invited to come and vote their wishes and pick the board members that they want. And the board members are our friends, they're our neighbors, which makes it a really good working environment. I was born in Fort Benning, Georgia, actually, and I went to kindergarten in Florida. I never even realized I was born in Georgia till way later in life, when I asked somebody one time. But my parents got divorced when I was in first grade, and I moved back out here to the ranch 30 miles northwest of Clovis, is how I ended up here. I don't know how I ended up Portales. I always hated Portales. Are you kidding me? It's horrible here. But I ended up marrying a dairyman's daughter here, and so I'm stuck here. And but I love this co-op life though here though. Good friends, good people to work with. It's a wonderful work environment here. One unique feature that I like about working at Roosevelt County Electric is we take care of our entire system. A lot of co-ops don't do that. They contract out to build line. They contract line out on their transmission side. We take care of it all from the bottom to the top. So there's no telling what we're going to be doing during the day, which makes it a wonderful job. I love working here, Desiree. It's something different each and every day. It never seems to get monotonous. There's always trouble calls. And as far as the linemen go here, it depends on if you're on the crew or if you're on a service wagon. But everybody helps everybody. There's very good camaraderie here, which there needs to be. I mean, your life is in their hands and vice versa. And it's a wonderful place to work.
Is still on the line.